Time for Take Your Pick with CBS Sports HQ legend Will Brinson. And we've both been on fire to start the season. Will Brinson has a leg up this week because I am an absolute fool. And I picked the New York Jets in a football game. All right, Will Brinson, the slate of games delicious for week number 4. Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys. They're at home, favored by 4.5 points, taking on the Cleveland Browns. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Didn't take long for me to forget to fade consistently bad football teams. I did it with the Jets out of principle. Literally just faded the Jets because Adam Gase was favored in that game. And I can't, give me the Broncos. I'll pay if everybody's on the Jets and they're popular. This is the same thing, right? I'm going to take the Browns as a live dog against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas's defense is atrocious. They can't stop anyone. And Kevin Stefanski is bringing out the best in Baker Mayfield right now. He's throwing at a high percentage from play action. They're using Nick Chubb, who's just getting loose in the ground game. He might be the best running back in football. I like the Browns to not just cover this, Adam, but to win the game outright and stun the world. And we'll be spending all of Monday talking about whether Mike McCarthy's already on the hot seat in Dallas.
Oh, Will Brinson. No. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys to win. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys to cover. Listen, I had Mike McCarthy as my coach of the year. So, listen, it has been a rough start, and the defense has been deplorable. They're giving up 32 points a game. But I don't think the Browns can take advantage of it, and I think when it's all said and done, look at the matchup. Dak Prescott has been amazing this year. I think he's going to have a big game. CeeDee Lamb's going to have a big game. Zeke's going to have a big game. And just on law of averages, I mean, Lawrence is due, DeMarcus Lawrence, to get to the quarterback. The linebackers got to make some plays. They're not that bad on defense. I don't trust the Cleveland Browns. I am all in on the Dallas Cowboys taking care of business in a major way. Will, it is, in fact, a Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson special on CBS. Can't wait for it. 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time in Kansas City. The Chiefs are favored by 7 against the New England Patriots. Will Brinson, take your pick.
So I think our analysis last week of the Chiefs-Ravens game was pretty simple, right? You're going to give me Patrick Mahomes getting 3.5 points. I'm going to take those points and run with it all day long, and it worked out quite well. The Chiefs won that game handily. I'm going to approach this game similarly, but on the other side. You're going to give me 7 points in Bill Belichick after he reloaded the Patriots with Cam Newton and creating an offense that can actually be designed to slow down the Chiefs' pace, to run the football effectively, to do what they did to the Ravens and force them to scramble from behind, minimizing their possessions. Heck yeah, I'll take the 7 points. Patrick Mahomes is unbelievable. Andy Reid is great. They have beaten Bill Belichick plenty of times, but I will take him to win. I will take the Patriots to cover 7 points in this one.
I'm grabbing the points. I'm taking the Chiefs. I love the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to dominate here. I'm not worried about Cam Newton or Bill Belichick, please. This is going to be a double-digit victory. And Bill's the best coach, manager in the history of professional sports. And Cam's healthy and has outkicked all my expectations. But you're not only going up against the Kansas City defense, which is tough enough, you're trying to outscore Patty Mahomes, and that's not going to happen. Look, the defense for New England better than I anticipated with the free agent defections and the opt-outs, but it's Mahomes, it's Clyde Edwards-Helaire, it's Andy Reid, it's Eric Bieniemy, it's Kelsey, it's Tyreek Hill, it's Hardman, it's Watkins. It goes on and on and on. He's throwing touchdowns to fullbacks and left tackles. And Patrick Mahomes hears everything. He's listening to everything that you're saying, Will Brinson. Trust me, he's going to be highly motivated. I love the Chiefs to win, and I love them to cover. How about this game on Sunday Night Football, Will? Nicky Mullins and the San Francisco 49ers favored by 7 points against Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Is little Nicky Mullins old enough for us to get a Berman reference, or does it need to be from the 70s? I like the idea, the little Adam Sandler pun in there. I'll take it. Here's the bottom line. The Eagles are good. They're not good. Carson Wentz has played poorly this season. He's been extremely ineffective. Philadelphia, Doug Peterson is not calling good plays. He's not dialed in. He's the opposite of dialed in. And meanwhile, Kyle Shanahan is out here bumping teams on the road with backups to backups. He doesn't care how many people he's missing. They just sat a bunch of folks so they would avoid injury at MetLife and that awful turf. Now they're back home. They're going to be comfortable. Probably should get George Kittle back. I think the 49ers roll in this one and easily cover the 7.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm taking San Francisco, and I don't hesitate. And I want to stress this for a second. This is not normal. This is not good if you're a Philadelphia fan. If for some reason we're wrong and Philly covers or wins, I don't want to hear this is a plucky victory for the Eagles. It's Carson Wentz against Nick Mullins, and Will Brinson and I aren't even hesitant in terms of who we pick in this one. Kyle Shanahan, to me, major coaching advantage over Doug Peterson. Philly's line's been terrible. Wentz, and I've called him a star, objectively, first 3 weeks of the season, has been the worst quarterback in the NFL. Maybe Kirk Cousins can fight him on that. Wentz has been the worst quarterback in the National Football League. Linebackers in Philly have been dreadful. I love San Francisco, and the Wentz wagon needs a repair. All right, let's take a look at the rest of our picks for week number 4 in the National Football League. A lot of agreement here on the board. One disagreement with the Saints, and Brinson going with the rebuilding since 1957 Detroit Lions. A lot of all-around agreement. Will and I are not worried at all in terms of Baltimore covering that point spread. And we're both taking the Atlanta Falcons to cover what could possibly go wrong. Will, as always, unbelievable stuff. We'll be watching you, of course, on CBS Sports HQ. But wait, there's more. The New York Jets are a disgrace. The worst. A clown show. And not the funny kind of clowns. Sad clowns. I mean, look at the lack of effort here on Melvin Gordon at the end of the ball game. Melvin Gordon and Brett Rippon, a third-string quarterback, Brett Rippon, marched into Sam Darnold's house and beat the Jets last night. Denver was injured, winless, rudderless, no Von Miller, no Drew Lock in New York, no problem. There's so many issues for the Jets, top to bottom, why they're the worst, but I want to make sure we stress this. What they did last night with Mekhi Becton was just irresponsible, and it was awful, made me angry and queasy. Mekhi Becton wasn't healthy enough in a short week with a shoulder injury to start. And then when the Jets' offensive line was dreadful, Adam Gase in job preservation mode put him in the game. I mean, this is the 11th overall pick in the draft. The guy has been incredible. The only bright spot for Gase's sorry sack of a football team. 11th overall pick in the draft, pancaking the opposition, and Gase put him in when he couldn't start him because of health? A disgrace. Adam Gase is Rich Kotite. That's the best way to describe it. His teams are ill-prepared. His offense, and he's hired to be an offensive guru. His offense is terrible. Keep using Frank Gore like he's playing at the U in San Francisco, Adam Gase. It's a loser's lament post-game. Adam Gase is Kotite. That's who he is, and Jets fans know better than anyone else. That's the worst thing you could say about a head coach. And I feel terrible for our guy, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has no shot. He's been jetsed. That's the act of putting on that uniform and having to deal with the insanity. Having Todd Bowles and Darryl Loggins, head coach, offensive coordinator, year one. And then Mike McCagnon hires Adam Gase, and then McCagnon gets fired. And you have Darnold seeing ghosts against New England. And you saw him get sacked by the turf monster last night. Sacked by a ghost, seeing ghosts. I mean, it's dreadful. I mean, the Jets are not disciplined. You see the penalties. The offensive line stinks. The receivers are non-existent. The defense is awful. Sam Darnold is a tremendous talent. Look, at the end of the day, I feel terrible for him because he should be this good all the time. That's the USC Sam Darnold. And when the Jets get the number 1 overall pick, they'll take Trevor Lawrence. It's a no-brainer, and someone else will get the rewards of this. The Jets are just completely awful, completely clueless. There's no redeeming quality about this organization. Once again, and I feel terrible for Darnold, The New York Jets prove they're the worst.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.